Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and today we're going over how to use the lowball curl route to absolutely destroy man-to-man coverage in Madden 21. So this is great because it can be done from any playbook, any formation, any play. It works great with our Carolina offensive ebook, New Orleans offensive ebook. If you're in a different playbook entirely, it'll work great with that too. Doesn't really matter. That's the beauty of this concept. As long as your opponent's in any sort of man-to-man coverage, we can use these low ball curl routes to get him out of it. So all we're going to do here is just put somebody on a curl route, any sort of curl route that you can hot route. And then when he makes his break, we're going to hold down the left trigger or L2 button and then bullet pass it in there by holding his icon, which in this case is B or circle on the PlayStation 4. Show that to you here. And that's how it looks. Now you're going to notice we're doing this intentionally against the Patriots with Gilmore out there. That's the best man-to-man cover corner in the game. He has, I'm sure, like 98 or 99 man coverage. He has the acrobat ability. He has one step ahead. He has everything we're ever going to want on a cornerback. And we have pretty good receiver out here, Marvin Jones. No abilities or anything. Same thing with our quarterback. Serviceable, good quarterback, but we don't have 5 abilities on him or some sort of bullet pass ability, or there's no curl route ability out here. It's just a receiver running a route and us lowballing it in there. So let me show it to you again here. And if you can do this to the best cover corner in the game with just like mediocre guys, you can do this basically to anybody. So I can do it to the other side just fine. Just hold down that left trigger or L2 button and then bullet pass it in there. So this is great, especially because we're not going to really be doing it much from this formation. If you were to put this with like a gun trips or some sort of gun tight offset, tight end or something like that, and then you have some crossing routes, some corner routes, some different things in the field, and you just throw 1 or 2 guys on curl routes. If your opponent's user goes with kind of like our money route, maybe a crossing route or a slant route or something like that, then we'll just throw the curl route every single time. This can work against cover 2 man, cover 1, press, no press, shaded underneath, shaded over the top. Purple zones on the field, doesn't matter. The one thing I will say is if they have the purple zones on the field, I do prefer to throw it to one of the inside guys, but I'll show you this in a second. You can actually sometimes squeeze it in even with the purple zones on the field to the outside guys. I'll show it to you first to the inside guys, and I'll show it to you with the outside guys. So basically here we'll go to the tight end. I like to click on and possession catch that, but he'll catch it either way. I just feel a little more comfortable clicking on and manually possession catching it, but I'll show it to you here with to the outside. It's a little bit tighter to the outside. Let me show that here. It'll look like he's double covered, but we should still usually be able to squeeze that in. So let me show that. That was tight. I'm gonna do that again. It's not ideal. Obviously, if you know that it's coming, that's not the throw you want to make, but I do want to show you that you can still probably squeeze it in there. It's good that Gilmore's X Factor activated there, because we can still throw it even with the X Factor on, even with the purple zone there, it doesn't matter. So let me show that to you here. You can see there the 2 guys just kind of sat there and watched. Doesn't matter the X Factor is activated, doesn't matter the purple zone. But like I said, I don't like throwing it to double coverage, just as a general rule. So if I do know that's coming, I'll throw one of the inside guys. The only thing you have to be aware of here is just your opponent's user jumping in front of this pass. So what I like to do, let me just go ahead and find a different play, because that was just a random play. Let's find a play with some crossing routes, or maybe a cool corner route, something like that. So we can do the play dagger. That'll work just fine. And we'll do the same thing. Doesn't matter whether it's cover 1 or cover 2 or what zones are on the field behind it. So what's going to happen most times is your opponent's user is probably going to go with that B receiver here. Like any sort of crossing route, he's going to follow. So let's just go ahead and throw that wire triangle receiver on a curl route, and then we'll just throw it into him. So you can see here, really easy pitch and catch. Now, I generally wouldn't have the tight end going on a drag route just because I don't want the user to go with that drag route. So maybe I put him on something like a shallow out route. It doesn't really matter, just to get him out of the play. Maybe I motion him out here and put him on a streak. And then you can see here, if we do it with the inside guy, even if they put one of these outside guys on a in those zones there, it still won't matter because he's going to go too far outside, especially if we do something like this. So he's going to go with that X receiver, and we'll still have that Y or triangle receiver wide open. The user's probably going to go with that B receiver. You can see there, if we clicked on possession catch, it's an easy catch. So this is the type of thing that you can build around, where our opponent maybe is just sitting in man coverage all game, like a lot of people like to do. Maybe has purple zones on the field. Maybe just throw this guy here into a curl route. You do it to different parts of the field, so now you have two options here. And we throw it even with the X factor activated. Very easy. So don't look at the plays themselves here. I'm not trying to show you that this is the play to do it with. Do it with your own plays. Do it with some of the plays that we have in our ebooks. A lot of times they'll have random kind of throwaway routes or decoy routes in those ebooks that, you know, the 2 or 3 of them are the ones that are really designed to get open, and a couple of them are just kind of routes on the field. Throw one of those into a curl route, and then that just gives your opponent one extra thing to think about. So I hope this low ball curl route tutorial helped you guys. Until next time, take care.